All right, so let's start today's stream with some really good news for Ukraine. And apparently, the German provided um, artillery is in Ukraine finally, which is great. Ukraine has been waiting for this to happen a long time, and seems like Germany actually finally delivered, which is great. So yeah, this is amazing news actually, and I don't know how many of them have been deployed already in Ukraine, but I can only hope that however many of those Panzer machines are already in Ukraine, I'm hoping there's gonna be more. So that's really good news. Now I wanted to today I kind of came slightly more prepared than last time, and I'd like to start with a few things how like Russia sort of displays their own successes, or rather like struggles of United States, let's say, or um, Europe and so on and so forth, in just generally, right? So this is, and I finally found like this website called Vestiru, which is again one of the largest websites, but this one is like proper sort of propagandist garbage trash that actually like this is basically what they display nonstop 24/7 via their state-owned media channels on TV basically, and this is just extension of their TV propaganda. And so, and I also installed like a little tips for me to, you know, translate it quicker, some words and some phrases, because since I've been doing like more reading in preparation, kind of, and just in general, just to stay aware. Since I've been doing more reading and listening in Russian, I kind of started to struggle slightly with English language, which is appalling. But hopefully, I will fix it, and um, hopefully it's gonna get better as the streams progress, and so on and so forth. So yeah, um, so dollar has collapsed lower than 55 rubles, first time since June 2015. Um, for an untrained eye, this kind of a news, oh, like how is it happening? Like what's going on? Why there's like war going on, right? Like there's sanctions, and seemingly Russian ruble is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Sounds like something that shouldn't happen, right? Sounds like actual sort of sign of Russian economy actually doing well, but this is absolutely not the case. And to understand why, you need to understand basically what this exchange of rubles sort of signifies and shows. And right now, in 2022 in June, it doesn't show anything. It's unrelated to economy whatsoever, because it is not a standard situation. And so what it means is that um, when somebody pays you in dollars wherever, right, you exchange it into Russian rubles, you pay your salaries and whatnot. So you're in many cases actually you want your currency to be slightly devalued. So because if you can, get $1 and pay 100 rubles, it's better for you because you're paying your own citizens in rubles, rather than when you're getting $1, but you can pay only 50 rubles to your to whoever works in your economy, right? Because once again, you need to understand that you're paying your citizens in rubles. Obviously, there's another sort of side of that, is that when you need to buy something, you take your rubles, and this is so interesting. I just recently sort of realized that rubles and ruble is like one letter away, what I'm saying, of course, is this ruble, right? Just which is, I don't know, whatever, just a little like fun thing that I just noticed. But so yeah, so the opposite of that is that when you need to buy something from foreign countries and whatnot, you take whatever. Now you take 100 rubles and then you buy only $1, right? Versus you taking 50. So there's always like a balance, right? And my cat is meowing. I need to let her out of the room. 1 second. Okay, sorry. And so when you actually need to buy something from other countries, once again, you need to balance this. And a lot of experts have been stating that seemingly sort of the equilibrium for Russia is about 70, $80 rubles per dollar. That's sort of the state where you can enjoy some sort of you can basically have a balanced budget. Let's put it that way. But why? Like this is a topic for like a separate video, which I will make. I've already like created a list with a lot of topics that I want to cover in a little separate videos. But just so we can address this quickly right now on stream. 55 rubles, 60 rubles. It doesn't matter right now because there is no market, basically exchange market right now in Russia, because it's been basically controlled solely by government. They can display any number they want because first of all, it is really, and we're gonna get to this. Basically, all the banks and nobody really wants Russian people right now to store actual dollars in the banks. It's not like foreign currency is not banned yet, but sort of signs are already pointing to the direction that it's going to be harder and harder for regular Russian people to simply go and buy dollars, euros, wherever. And so this 55, it doesn't matter anything because most of the time you cannot go to bank as just a regular citizen and buy dollars at this exchange rate. So it's purely sort of for display purposes, mostly at least, like to 95%. This is just pure for display purposes, because what's going on right now in Russia is that basically banks will not sell you from their sort of vault kind of money. They save money, whatever. You can only mostly at least, right? Like maybe some banks do it, but mostly banks will sell you only those dollars that somebody brought that day, basically, and exchange, for Russian rubles. And so why? Okay, right? Like now let's address why this Russian currency is at 56, 55 rubles. When you don't have enough, or actually almost nothing right now, to spend those dollars or euros, foreign currencies, right? And yet you are still being paid in that currency by Europe for gas and for oil. What happens? You're accumulating all those resources, in this case, dollars, euros, but because companies, because of sanctions or out of their own volition, abandoned Russia, basically, you cannot buy their goods. So you're accumulating dollars, but you cannot spend those dollars. Thus, when you're accumulating dollars, you're not spending anything. It's just like bigger pile, because once again, Europe is still paying for gas, for oil. Your exchange rate will go down or up. It depends how you can kind of sort of see it, because how they spin it, that dollar has collapsed before, not before, below 55 rubles, right? When in reality it is all the countries left, all the companies have left your country. You can't buy goods, and thus your ruble, if anything, is collapsing. Even though it might kind of seem slightly controversial and like not particularly like straightforward to understand this concept, but it's exactly what is happening. You have a lot of dollars and once again in euros from energy that you're selling, yet you cannot buy anything, or mostly you can't buy anything. So, and the same goes on to, like other natural resources, wood, metals, whatnot, right? Although obviously I've seen that Europe and just in general world has been banning those energy resources and natural resources more and more. Once again, Russia still sells quite a lot of things, and yet it cannot buy a lot of things. So this is just a little concept to understand, like why this this perturbation, or just this display of Russian, like seeming Russian rubble, kind of getting stronger and stronger as the war goes on. It is absolutely not true, and in fact, this is very misleading. And if you don't understand these little concepts, like why exactly it's happening right now, once again, it can be misleading for you. So, yeah. Russia is missing about 170,000 of IT personnel because of emigration. Just, just let it sink in. Russia is missing almost 200,000 IT specialists because obviously, since this like the exodus of IT personnel, IT specialists started, not on 24th of February. It's been going on already for years, and this is this type of area, right? That area of economy that can be actually quite easily sort of transferred to the remote work, for example, right? Or people in Europe, in United States, they always need more IT, or not always, but obviously right now, everybody needs more IT people, and so yeah, this is what's been going on. Russians are leaving the country, and there's nobody there to actually replace them, because obviously once you get to a certain level of English proficiency, for example, certain level of for example just qualification in general, right? Like maybe nobody will pick up like first year junior who doesn't know how to, I don't know, type hello world or whatever, or can't do like basic sorting or something like that. But once you get to a certain point, like the world is your oyster, basically, right? Like you can, and you should, if you actually like understand that you have some skills and you have some interest in it, and it's not just like some fake shit just for diploma or whatever the fuck, right? You might and you should definitely try to relocate from Russia, because there's no prospects living in that country. So yeah, this is exactly what's been going on. 100,000 IT-shnik, that's how they say it, or we say it in general in Russian language, which is a lot. This is a lot, and this is, once again, this is Vestiru. This is one of the Russia's fucking propagandist garbage shit, and yet they are acknowledging this kind of shit, right? So on one hand, you're talking about the dollar has collapsed, and then you're admitting that people are in mass exodus from this country. Who can, right? Because obviously, if you are IT or somehow involved in IT, programmer, doesn't matter, like system administrator, DevOps, whatever it might be, right? Even like game dev and whatnot. Like, why the fuck do you need to be in Russia? Like if we're being like really serious, right? Birch trees, they look exactly the same and maybe even better in somewhere like, I don't know, Germany, Austria, Lithuania, somewhere else like that. And you're not being prosecuted for things you say about Putin, that he's this fucking dictator, war criminal, and so on and so forth, right? Like, there are benefits that come with relocation to an actually decent country. And so, yeah, once again, once you have sort of at least some kind of skill, why wouldn't you try to relocate? And especially right now, after the war has started, like proper war. Yeah, a lot of people realize, and a lot of people actually, a lot of IT people were thinking that there might be mass mobilization, right, in Russia, conscription. And so, yeah, they just decided, like, fuck that noise. I'm not going to risk my life. I'm not going to risk, like, being sent to a war that I do not support, I do not want, need, whatnot, right? And, yeah, this is the result. Okay, so we've covered 2 news. I'm not sure if we're gonna watch this shit. I don't think so, because
Конечно, разные версии того, что Каталония не будет свободной.
Because this is
На этой
basically like
территории,
Russian, like this is the propagandists of propagandist garbage. Russia One channel, and especially this this dickhead of, where he is, I want to show you, Solovyov, which I'm sure maybe you, yeah, this one. Hello. I'm sure you've seen probably or heard, or maybe not, depends. Hello, the fucking player. They can't even like create a normal player that works quickly. Oh my god. Vladimir Solovyov is like the head of, or like one of the top propagandists in Russia. This guy, Vladimir Solovyov. Once again, like, I don't understand. Is it gonna play or no? Because I want to show you his face, and just so we are all sort of on the same page, who that fucker is. And if you see him in the news somehow, like, you should, immediately understand this is propaganda. This is like really garbage propaganda, right? Like, it's not the type of propaganda where people trying to kind of subvert, sort of instill some weird thing, right? Like maybe make you doubt something or something like that. No. This is just pure brain dead shit. And so it's really hard to watch that kind of stuff. That's why, like, I never do this unless, like, I want to show you what's going on. And yeah, it seems like fucking hell, right? Like, is it because ad blockers don't allow it or what? I don't get it. Right. I guess the universe just tells us not to watch this garbage. Like true losses of Ukrainian VSUs, Ukrainian army, basically, right? True losses of Ukrainian army have been revealed, right? It's like a very sensationalized title, because this, like, true, genuine, like, true losses have been revealed. And they're talking about that presumably Ukraine has about 30,000 killed, and presumably about like 90k injured, which is really interesting, because what I've noticed is that Russian propagandists, and just in general, fucking president, whatever, usurper, let's call them for who he is, dictator and usurper, he's not a president, Putin and whatnot, a lot of governmental officials, they all claim something, and those claims, they can be almost like directly applied to them, like instantly, without any doubt. Or you can doubt a little bit, but if you kind of check the facts and whatnot, they can be applied really almost like immediately to them, like a mirror. So when they're saying about 30k, just recently, I don't know if I don't think I've opened that window, but that little news that Ukrainian president acknowledged that they've lost about 10,000 soldiers, Ukrainian soldiers, on the battlefield. And again, Ukrainian soldier acknowledged that a lot of his people, his soldiers, died in that war. About 10,000. And one sort of side of this conflict, Russia, always lies. Always. Like, something they say, especially if it's officials, you can bet your fucking almost life that they lie. While another side of the conflict, Ukraine, rarely, like really rarely lies. And if they lie, it's something more minor, to kind of boost morale of the troops. Something like, yeah, like we were expecting, basically, or something like, we're expecting military equipment from NATO countries. It's coming. Just hold on, wait, whatever, right? Something like that, right? Even if, it might be still delayed, whatever it might be. While, again, like I'm saying, Russia is always, always lying. Like, once again, almost no matter what you say. And let me just remind you that officially, after almost 4 months of war, Russia has lost on the battlefield, like, I think, less than 2,000 people. And they've last posted about the number of deaths, I think in the end of March. So since the end of March till now, almost nobody died. And actually, this sentence was being spit out of the mouth of some really high up official. I don't remember who it was exactly. Was it like the head of army or something? I don't remember who exactly said it, but they said exactly that we stopped publishing the data on our losses because we don't lose anybody. I'm gonna try to find it right now. I don't fucking remember the name of that moron who is right now the a face of Russia when he's like spitting out garbage and propaganda and misinformation. I thought it's like kind of shady, but apparently not. What the fuck? Can't remember it. Holy shit, I'm so bad at this. No, that's definitely not him. Oh, I should. You know what? I should do this. Because I bet he's gonna be spitting out his garbage somewhere here. I think. No. Damn. Fuck, I finally found like where all the garbage shit from Russian TV is like leaves online, and this is this website. Interesting. Okay. Now at least I know like where to take clips from if I need to. That's good. Although obviously they fucking work like garbage or don't work. Whatever. Okay. Not today, apparently. Not today. We're still sort of ironing out things. Europe, right? They European Union, Lithuania in particular, stopped transit of certain goods that are under sanctions to Kaliningrad region of Russia. I still don't understand how the fuck Kaliningrad ended up Russian territory. And yeah, Russia declared decisive protest to consul of not consul. What's the word for this? Is it consul? Ambassador. Yeah, ambassador of EU in Russia, and EU is like, oh yeah, we are so sorry. Just a little news, once again, like declared decisive, right? Decisive protest or outcry, objection, whatever, regarding this news. I just wanted to kind of give you the idea how Russian media, state media, sponsored media, propagandist media, what kind of language they're using, right? And once again, like I understand, I understand what they're doing, but a lot of people might just read the kind of the title of it and be like, "Wow, like Russia has declared really decisive protest to EU," and be proud of their country for some reason, because there's this mentality really prevalent in Russia, of the law of force. Basically, if you're stronger, then you can dictate and do whatever the fuck you want. Basically, that's another, like, this is like a really legit long topic for like probably proper long another video, just about the dictate of power, and how certain demographics, certain type of people see of them, and yeah, portray in their mind, in their head, Russia, government in general, themselves as well. And yeah, it's not from the position of, who's smarter, who can deliver nice technology goods, who can create things, but rather like, can I punch you in the face and get away with this, essentially? If yes, I'm stronger, you're weaker, right? It's the same shit as has been going on, sort of, both in army. Oh my god, about army, I watched today, such fucking insane video. I'm gonna link it. Can I link it now? Actually, can I link it now? Can I link it now? Which is, I think it's in English, with English subtitles. I mean, yeah, English subtitles. But this one is, unfortunately, without subtitles. It's like people. So it is video about Russian army. Why is it like this? And so you can
Сегодня
watch
обсудим с вами российский.
Good subtitles, shit like that. So yeah, definitely worth watching if you want to understand, anything really about Russia, about Russian army. And I'm planning to use those two videos and the comments under those videos to bring you some of those details, to properly like translate some of the comments, because it's insanity. I mean, I know that army in Belarus and Russia is like hot, pure garbage, but things of like, I didn't realize that it's that bad, but it is. I mean, it's good for the rest of the world. It's good for Ukraine right now that that army is actually that bad. But yeah, okay. Now we're gonna go to our next thing, and that's banking sector, right? This is like one of the largest banks, Sberbank, VTB, in Russia, right? They canceled valuta, which is the word that sort of umbrella term for any foreign currency. It's called valuta in Russian. Just currency, right? But specifically valuta, right? You understand, if you hear this word in Russian, that it means foreign currency. So biggest, I think these two, like Sberbank is by far the biggest one, VTB is probably second biggest, or definitely this is top 10 we're talking about. Cancelled or paused foreign currency exchanges or transfer. Banking sector in Russia is dying, and it's dying fast, and seems like nobody really in the government cares about it, because they don't really care, because their money not in Sberbank or whatever, and nobody gives a fuck about Russian people. So there's that. Yeah. So this is like little news. I think I had. Didn't I have? I think I had one more news about this. No, this we're gonna talk about this later. I think I. Maybe not. I think I had more details about it. I'm pretty sure I had. Let me double check. Let me double check something because I'm pretty sure I've had another news that is related to this about the banking sector in oh yeah, of course, this one. Yeah. Didn't I put it here? Oh yeah, it's here. Yeah. Tinkoff Bank, which is basically like one of the better, more kind of progressive bank. The bank was created by Tinkoff, Russian businessman. Now the bank does not belong to Tinkoff because he was basically forced to sell the bank because of his like criticisms of Putin, of Russia in general. Like yeah, after the war, right? Even though he was a part of the system to some quite large extent. So whatever, it's not about that. But bank Tinkoff, basically, and I think more banks to follow because this is news from 17th of June 2022. Today is what, like 21st already, right? And so now we see that Sbervtb, they canceled just the ability to send foreign currencies at all, right? While here Tinkoff doesn't want you to use their bank to store and like safely dollars, euros, no currency, and they don't want you to use it to transfer money, nothing like that. So interesting thing is they created this little commission, 3% of the total amount of the money transferred, but no less than 200. They called in Russian условные единицы, which means that nominal basically, right? Whatever currency it is, like 200 of nominal, 200 of dollars, 200 of euros, whatnot, right? So either 3% or no less than 200 of those, whatever you are sending. And so the guy asks, so if I will be sent $150 from USA, you will just take all of it as a commission? And the bank replies, yes, that is our terms. We hope, hoping for your understanding. So if people will send other people like $200, let's say, right? If you you need money to survive, and you have a friend in USA or whatever, they send you $200. They just takes all of this money, and you're supposed to understand them. This is just insanity. This is just insanity. And Swift, Swift transfers, right? Minimums. They've set up minimums. $20,000, $20,000. So basically, this is just a restrictive measures to say to people, do not use our bank to store your dollars, to transfer it anywhere. Like, just do not use our bank for banking. Like, quite literally, do not use our bank for banking, for actually dealing with money and doing things in currencies, euros, dollars, doesn't matter. This is insanity. This is just like complete and total destruction of banking sector in Russia. Just so you know, because once again, I've seen in Western media that, oh, like Russia is still okay. Credit card, debit cards, they work, everything's all right. No, not at all. Yes, some things can work inside of the country because the processing centers are inside of the country. The same shit is in Belarus. So even though the card was like issued by MasterCard or Visa, Maestro, right, something like that. Processing center is inside of the country, inside of Belarus, inside of Russia, and so basically the transactions, they go through that processing center, and if they don't go outside, if you're not buying from the foreign markets, from Europe, from Asia, from America, doesn't matter, then it doesn't really matter that the card was issued by Visa. There's a chip inside of it, right, that will let you pay anywhere else. But for the purposes of like basically getting your salary and paying for something inside of the country, it's not such a big deal. Definitely not such a big deal in Belarus, because they have this. We have because I am from Belarus, unfortunately, this system called Belcard, and this is kind of a national provider, like the Visa. Well, Visa is an international, but you know what I mean. And those bill cards, they are used to basically pay to pretty much all of the governmental officials, anybody who works for whatever oil companies, for banking companies, for Belarusian, national companies. They will all get money to those cards. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter like that right now I cannot pay for my like domain name, for example, or something like that. Nobody gives a fuck in the government, because they are in the government. Why would they care about people? Why would they care that their decisions actually affect real world, normal, regular people? Why would you, right? So yeah, and the same shit is in Russia. So yeah, basically banks are collapsing slowly but surely. A lot of economists, a lot of people who understand all these issues way better than I do, for example, they've been sort of setting this goal to look out for. It is around summer, closer to maybe August, when like Russia will really start to feel that things really, really turning into shit. And so this is the example. This is the example of exactly that. All right. So we've covered some of these news, right? Yeah, this is another one which has been an ongoing thing, that Russia blocked the websites with lists of those who died in this war in Ukraine, in this Russian aggression. It's been going on already for a long time, and this time it is the French radio station and Belarusian publication, and yeah, prosecutor's office. Yeah, okay, prosecutor's office basically sued them, if you can put it that way, or just put like the data about them to courts, and courts immediately say, yeah, block them, because courts do not really like care about any like real investigations anymore. And it is like, okay, you give us the data, we instantly basically create a precedent that everybody else must ban those resources on in Russian internet, and that's it. And also Telegraph, apparently the website the Telegraph has been banned as well. So yeah, it's been in the news, I think in March, I want to say, that Russia's banned a lot of news resources, like Deutsche Welle, I think BBC, I think The Guardian as well, a lot of them basically. And they continue to do this self-isolation and the controlling of media, because obviously narratives matter, right? And yeah, This is what they've been doing. Twitter, by the way, is banned in Russia. Instagram is banned in Russia right now. Obviously, like, you can use it in a sense that you can use VPN and so on and so forth, right? But like technically it is banned, which is interesting to see, right? Like Twitter is banned and yet Russian officials are using it. Um, Infamous now Rogozin, the head of the Russian space agency, Roscosmos, he's been using it, and yeah. Um, oh yeah, see, like I just said about it, and in Tula region, court put a fine 330,000 rubles, which is basically like $500, um, to the citizen of Ukraine. Actually, I don't know how that happened. For saying that Russian military are killing civilians, and she's been found guilty um, in the discreditation of Russian army, and this law about discreditation of Russian army has been passed literally right at the war started or right after the war started, somewhere there. It was created basically to stop people talking about actual reality, actual truth. And there are more outrageous laws about like fakes about Russian army. So discreditation is one part of it. Starts with fines, I'm assuming. I forgot it already a little bit. I need to read it more to renew sort of my recollection of the law. But yeah, it's like there are different tiers basically. There's discreditations, there are fakes about Russian or like air quote fakes. There are sort of promotion of like terrorism or whatever the fuck. So yeah, this you see, like I just updated Twitter, boom, you get exactly news about exactly this kind of a thing. Yeah, where was? Oh yeah, since we are right now on this topic, right? Let's also address this little thing that Ministry of Finances basically classified budget of Russia because of the war in Ukraine, and they, which is they're not even trying. They're not even trying anymore because Ministry of Finances, right? They're saying that it's been done um, because of the what? Because of the pressure basically from USA, EU, UK, and other not friendly countries. Like, because of the pressure from these countries, you had to um, stop disclosing your budget. What's interesting in that budget, of course, um, f- by category, right, is that obviously you could have seen how much money goes where. And people understood and people noticed that this war costs a lot of money to Russia, a lot of money. So in when it was still public, um, January till May, right? Just keep it in mind. Ministry of Finance said that proficit of budget, not deficit, proficit of budget was 1.5 trillion rubles. 1.5 trillion, basically divide by 50 for ease of use, $30 billion. In and like that was their sort of what's it called, like estimates, right? In April, that was the estimates, right? I don't know where they published it. I don't know when they published it, but the estimates was that they will have January May proficit of 1.5 trillion rubles or $30 billion. Am I correct in this? That 1.49. I don't know why why am I doing this? Yeah, I'm correct, right? 1.5 trillion rubles. 1.5 trillion. 150 billion. And then we divide by 5 one more time. And we get 30 billion. Yeah, I don't know. 30 billion, I said it. Oh my god, I'm having a brain fart. Yeah, 30 billion, basically 30 billion rubles. They thought it's going to be proficit of budget. And instead, in April already, it's June right now, so the deficit is already way more. They acknowledged the deficit of federal budget, 260 billion rubles. Which is what? 3060 million billion. 5, right? 5 billion. Yeah. Yeah. So instead of proficit of 30 billion, you got deficit 5 billion. So this war costs a lot to Russia. It's a really costly one. It's a really costly one. Yeah, just wanted to acknowledge this because it's an interesting one, really interesting one, and they've made it a secret, not for nothing, right? They classified it not for nothing, not because everything is going on so great. There's a big reason for it. There's a big reason for it. And yeah, like it's been known that the military expenses like grew up 130%. Yeah, and now this information will be classified, and who knows? I mean, like you can still sort of figure out how much money goes where, but it's just a little bit harder right now. It's going to be just a bit harder for economists to actually calculate the amount of money that is actually going for the war expenses, and obviously it's not going to be like super precise. So yeah, just wanted to kind of acknowledge this little thing that's been going on. Yeah, this is once again the court ordered classified information, list of deceased people, of dead people in the war, like that Russian military, right? Um, and it's been going on across the whole country like that. A lot of websites in Russia, like small local websites, like in Krasnodar, Omsk, Ekaterinburg, Novosibirsk, Krasnoyarsk, Samara, just little local websites. Well, just local websites, right? They've been publishing sort of obituaries, that kind of thing, right? Like who died, whatever. And they've been either blocked. I'm not sure. Is it blocked? It might be blocked. They might be just blocking straight away, right? Like not saying that you cannot publish it. And I just don't understand why Minfin doesn't open. That's an interesting development. No, okay, it still opens, but yeah, but yeah, they're stating that our dear readers, unfortunately, we were forced to remove the list of dead people, deceased people, and this decision of reduction of reduction of the editors was due to exactly this, due to the court order that doesn't allow disclosure of losses of Russian army. Interesting, right? And interesting also that Minfin doesn't open the website. This is something insane. Oh my god, this is so interesting. And also, I've noticed that the website of the goddamn fucking Kremlin itself is not secure because they don't have apparently trustworthy, basically the SSL certificate. This is just something so bizarre that like you can see not secure on the Kremlin website, which is, joke in and of itself. Yeah, of course, the president of Russia is not secure, like in the sense that you can't trust them. Yeah, this is just little, I don't know, glimpse of some morbid humor, I guess, during this really shitty situation for Ukrainians first of all, for the rest of the world, and for free-loving people who actually live in shithole like what Russia is becoming, and Belarus for that matter. Yeah. All right. Yeah, exactly that. But that's been going on in 2015 already. And right now it's even more. All right. So I feel like for today, I feel like it's enough. Once again, let's just acknowledge the fact that finally German Panzerhaubitze 2000 is at the front. Is at the front line on the battlefield. That's good. That's really good. And I'm really happy that it's happened. I hope that Ukraine can defeat Russians real quick, as quick as they can possibly, because every day, obviously, of the war prolongs suffering, prolongs deaths of people, of Ukraine who just want to get away with murderous fucking neighbor, which Russia is, obviously. Yeah. I guess let's maybe end just a few like outrageous shit because yeah, because something that I like how, well, I don't like, but something that Russian media is doing once again is posting like garbage news like this, like in Texas, what's the word? Demanded. Yeah, fuck my life. I need to do more English streams so I can polish my language, but like a bit more. Texas demanded their referendum about separation of state from the United States, and these morons on a serious note, sort of, oh yeah, let's do it, or like amazing, about time or some shit like that, right? But I wanted to like look at this, at the most voted comments, and translate it. Our government, well, powers, right? I guess authorities would be more correct word. Our authorities should have support Texas in this question at the world level, and then maybe there would be a conflict on the territory of USA, and then we should put the fire, well, put the gasoline to the fire is an English idiom. In Russian, it's add oil into the fire through the oh my god, my English for supply of arms and so on and so forth. Basically doing exactly what Russia is doing, which is so interesting. Once again, like this, I'm going back to that whole mirror image. Um, that like I don't know if these people are real. I doubt it. I seriously doubt, because it's the propagandist trash shit. I don't know who would spend their time actually typing here, actually reading it. This, let's start with this, but actually typing something. I don't know. Maybe they're real. I'm not sure. If they're real, this is insanity. But in any case, I feel like it's just interesting how all these like propagandist media, they say something that can be directly attributed to Russia. Exactly how Russia is doing the conflicts or creating conflicts around its borders. Again, 2014, annexation of Crimea and then Donbas Lugansk region. They are supplying weapons to the separatists to create and add oil into fire, gasoline onto fire. This is exactly what Russia is doing. And these people, I don't understand if these people are real, right? So I don't know. But in any case, if they're not real, this is the message that like pro Kremlin sort of bots I'm using in the terms of like a person who is set. You do this, you type this shit. This is a bot to me, not like an automatic machine or a program. Um, Propagandist, I guess. I don't know, troll, something like that. Maybe is a better word for that. But they're literally, if they're not writing it out of their own volition, they're literally given this rule book, playbook of things to say, and those things they can like literally directly be attributed to Russia and what Russia has done. I just don't understand this how it happens. This sort of what's the word for this? Oh my god, I'm having again a brain fart. Projection, of course. How it happens that these trolls, these propagandists, they're like literally projecting what they're doing onto others. It's just insane. And also, which is once again, this is insane. This is RIA Novosti. This is like one of the major propagandists, yes, Kremlin, state media based news resources, media resources. The title goes, Russia is starting major or like the biggest, what is the strike? Is it strike? It's strike, right? Come on, it's strike. Yeah. Strike in Britain. Russia is starting the biggest strike in Britain. That's the title. Here it is. And obviously, it's talking about railway strike that I do not know much about. I've just seen today that, you know, something going on. Again, I do not claim to have all the knowledge about all the countries in the world. I don't know why it's happening. I'm assuming something about salaries, because strikes, union strikes especially, always or usually happen for that reason, increase in wages, stuff like that. But the source of the information, Daily Mail. Anybody who's ever read any news in English language, at some point after some time, especially when they see this garbage on the side, they understand what Daily Mail is. It's dumpster of some outrageous garbage. Yes, maybe they have some okay information from time to time, but usually it's just a fucking yellow tabloid with shit ton of garbage. And this is what major, let me just repeat it, like major one, like top 3 of the Russian sort of propagandist resources are using to base their, like, this particular report, and the cunt like this publishes it. So yeah, just like, I just wanted to add this little interesting thing. And then I wanted to also talk about this little thing. Where was it? I think it was in this. It's talking about Norway and the fact that people are sitting on, like, presumably by logic of, in this case, I guess of Chicago, I don't have fucking idea who the fuck is this, but again, it's published in RIA Novosti. So by the logic of propagandists, it's really bad that Norway is using, or a lot of the budget of Norway comes from sales of oil and natural gas. And I think they changed it. I think they changed it because I think did they change it? I feel like they changed it. I feel because I think I opened it like yesterday in sort of preparation for the stream, and it was said that, so they talked about Norway, and then they said that one of the most expensive gasoline prices is in United States, and then they talked about the United States for some reason, which is very interesting, and that's why I wanted to bring it for the stream. But apparently they changed it to just talk about Norway, and actually, like, even people here are asking. So again, people who just were talking about annexation, or not annexation, but like separation of Texas and whatnot, not the same people, but on the same resource. So they're asking, like, so what exactly did the author wanted to say? That Norway is bad and we're good, or something else? And whatever. So people actually realize that this, didn't fly, even for people who actually sit in this garbage of a website. Even they didn't get exactly what the fuck was being said about Norway, because a lot of people know that Norway is pretty fucking good country. And a lot of people now know about the pension fund of Norway with $1.3 trillion in their reserves, or their actives, right? Actives, what is the assets? Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, two people, right? Two people are calculating, okay, so gasoline in their country costs $2, but there is $3,000 average salary, or 15. You could buy 1,500 liters of gasoline. If you would calculate the same shit by the same metrics, average salary in Russia should have been 82,000 rubles, which is obviously not the case, and many pensioners supposed to somehow survive on 12 to 17,000, or about $200, while in Norway the minimum is $1,000 plus quality medicine and quality food. So what the fuck did this author wanted to actually say? Once again, even people who have, like, this sort of perhaps skewed perception of reality and skewed perception of Russia as some kind of a, like, imperial superpower, because this message is being displayed prominently, in all of these fucking garbage media and on TV. Even those people, because, like I'm saying, I don't understand who else would sit on this website, and also who else would fucking put a hammer and sickle, USSR kind of fucking symbols, communist symbols on their fucking avatar. And even those people, who by all accounts are fucking complete, like, not rednecks, they call Vata here, right? With cotton in their head, basically. Cotton heads, like, there is I didn't know, but it's funny that there is a wait, I'm pretty sure, I mean, cotton head, yeah, like, there is a, no, but there was No, I'm pretty sure. Okay, well, I definitely remember that I've seen this one. There is literally a fucking Wikipedia page about this thing, Vatnik, Vata. Again, Vata means um, cotton, basically, and yeah, cotton head damas, basically that's the synonym for this, and especially like Vatnik in general is the slang for like, yeah, like political slur, you can say, for those who are just supporting till the fucking end of the day Russia, post-Soviet, like want to go back to Soviet Union, whatever the fuck. So even people like that with the fucking hammer and sickle on their avatar realize that whatever the fuck was written here does not correspond to reality whatsoever, and the message is not particularly clear. So what the author wanted to exactly say. And another one is stating two facts: that average salary in Norway higher than average salary in Russia 6 times, and gasoline is more costly only 3 times, which I'm not even sure if that's correct actually, because because yeah, I think it's actually incorrect, because 95th 95th is 51 right now, and 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 the price of dollar, right? So no, and it's 55, right? So it's like 2.2 times. So it's not even 3 times. This is kind of a outdated information in terms of the gasoline does not cost 3 times more. If we are to be believed like the calculations, probably anyway, or maybe it is. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, it's 3 times, yeah. Yeah, 2.7 per 1 liter. That's a lot, actually. Um, yeah, okay, so 3 times. Yeah, I was somehow thinking again. I'm having more brain farts. But you can see that with this kind of supposed um, supposed sort of better economy, better dollar, the prices of gasoline are going up and up all the time. That's just the reality of countries like Russia and Belarus. Fucking never ever in my entire life have I seen the prices going actually down. Never. Wait, there was a 3 year period. See? Never ever ever goes, well, okay, maybe here, but that's the war. That's the little panic of the war, but it's never going down ever. Um, and right now it's getting to that critical sort of mental little level of gasoline being $1 per liter, and it's really close there. It's really close there. It's actually like if you see like max, uh, it's almost there, right? Like not minimums, but it's almost there. And diesel is actually even more expensive, which I don't really understand. Diesel is supposed to be like worse quality fuel. I don't get how like more purified, cleaner fuel that's presumably harder to produce ends up being less costly than diesel. I don't get this fucking calculation whatsoever. But here it is, right? So right now, diesel is 51 to 56, and this will be 95th, right? Octane number, right? So it's gonna be like a, I guess, will it be regular in like US? I'm not sure. Regular plus, I don't know. anywhere from 46 to 54, so anywhere from like $0.8 to almost $1 per liter. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, and people already start to wake up. Start to wake up slightly, slowly but surely, even on the resources that are complete garbage. At least something positive, I guess, right? At least something positive, I guess. All right. All right. Dictator energy is dirty energy. Yeah. And it's really unfortunate that, like, Europe and United States and just the world in general, they're going back and forth from one dictatorship country, authoritarian regimes to another, right? Like Saudis, all this whatever Middle Eastern countries, Kuwait, Qatar, whatever the fuck, right? It's all more or less the same shit as Russia, and once again, the world is dealing with China, all this kind of fucking shit. Instead of actually investing into renewables, into clean energy, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, kinda, kinda insane. I hope this cunt will die quite soon. I really hope so. Alongside with fucking Putin, that will be really good for both Belarus and Russia. Will be really good. Okay. Anyway, I feel like it's enough for today. I feel like we're doing slightly better this time around. I've got more prepared. The English is getting a little bit better. I'm getting into the groove of things, and I'm gonna prepare even more material, even more links to discuss next time. And we're gonna talk hopefully about even more news, and hopefully we're gonna talk more about good news, like more actual artillery, more heavy weapons in Ukraine, because this is really important. This is something that will help Ukraine to win this war, and win this war as quickly as possible, because it's been going on for already several months too long. Actually, it's been going on for several years too long, because had the West realized all of this garbage, who they're dealing with back in 2014, and had they put all of this to stop when it started with the annexation of Crimea, and when the conflict actually started. Not the conflict started, when the Russia created the separatist regions, occupied fucking parts of Ukraine, and stole the freaking giant portion of Ukraine in terms of Crimean Peninsula. Had the West done their due diligence in a sense back then, would have been completely different right now. It would have been all completely different right now. So yeah, none of this would have happened. None of the destruction, none of the war, if Putin would have been stopped, and Russia in general would have been stopped back in 2014, because they're doing right now what like Navalny team of BK have been telling them to do for years, to sanction directly people who are responsible for this war, to governmental officials, and so on and so forth. To cut ties with them, to not take their dirty money, block their assets in EU, in United States, sanction all of them, and so on and so forth, right? And none of this would have happened had it been done long time ago. Yeah, really, really, really fucking unfortunate. Really fucking unfortunate. Russian editors Nobel medal. auctioned for Ukraine refugees for 100 million? Really? Wow. That's insane.
I'm over $100 million. Fair warning. Is there anybody else in this room or the world
That's
outbidding
insane.
$100 million on a bidder 303? Then, ladies and gentlemen, done. Over $100 million. 303.
Wow. That is crazy. 100 million for
New bidder, completely new guy.
That will go to help Ukraine apparently, right? Fucking hell. Dmitry Muradov. I'm not sure I've heard of him. That's interesting. I'm gonna read now more about him. See? Not new. Wait, is this the? Wait. Is this the guy? Because I've seen. Is it him? I don't know. Because I've seen Nova Gazeta, new newspaper, if you can put it that way. I think it was him who. Yeah, whoa, it was him. Okay, I just I don't know. He looks a bit thicker than I remember. Yeah, it was him who was attacked in the. He was attacked in the train. Yeah, he was attacked by a non-person covered with and was covered with red paint while on train from Moscow to Samar, supposedly an act of support for Russian troops. The attack was organized by Russian intelligence services, obviously, and up to last point, Nova Gazeta was actually publishing the reports and was pretty openly anti-Russian. Yeah, this I remember I've seen this picture. So it's him. Wow, it's amazing. Okay, yeah, I've read a little bit of Nova Gazeta, but actually, I learned about them basically almost at the second when they. Oh my God! Don't tell me that the computer died. No, okay. I've learned about them basically right at the precipice when they have been blocked, basically, or not. They haven't been blocked by. They cannot. They're not allowed basically to function as a proper newspaper in Russia. Okay, so it's him. Yeah, I've seen I see that somehow the face is slightly there's some familiarity in the face, but yeah, okay. So it is him. Wow, that's cool. That's really that's an insane act. That's an insane act. That's an insane act to sell his Nobel Peace Prize medal, and it's insane act by somebody who actually bought it for 100 million, right? That's amazing. Okay, listen, let's end on this note because this is amazing, right? This is I've seen this notion in Ukraine online on Twitter mostly from a lot of people who do not want to deal with any Russian whatsoever. Doesn't matter who it is, who he is, who they are. They're basically good Russian is dead Russian. Quite literally saying this on Twitter. And here is a guy who is Russian, who is pro-democratic, who is a journalist, a true journalist, not a garbage things, not a garbage. I don't want to say human, but yeah, that are holding this title nowadays, which a lot of people are, and they have nothing to do with journalism. He does, obviously, and so yeah, the fact that this guy wants to help Ukraine, and somebody else wants to help Ukraine by 100 million, that should be appreciated. That really should be appreciated, and it's a great act. It's a great gesture. So let's end on this note. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna see you next time. Not sure what the schedule will be of the streams. We'll see about that. But yeah, if you want, please subscribe to the channel and subscribe to Twitch, subscribe to YouTube, subscribe on TikTok. I'm gonna publish obviously more. We'll publish more videos. We're gonna stream more, and yeah, just subscribe not to miss out anything. And if you can, I would highly appreciate if you can donate criticaldiscussions.net. There are links to something like Buy Me a Coffee. There are links also in the video description. There are links in the stream description. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna end it here. Слава Украине. Живе Беларусь. Россия должна быть свободной. Which in translation is glory to Ukraine. Live in with a sort of missing word. Live free Belarus, but leave Belarus, and Russia has to be free as well. Yeah, let's hope that dictators of Russia and Belarus will end up either on an in the international court or in a fucking grave real soon. Honest to God, fucking wish for this universe and for life to actually start get to normal. Okay. Till the next one. Take care. And yeah, criticaldiscussions.net. All the links are there. Thank you and bye bye.